Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots. Bootlicker, shills, densely search, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, negotiators. I'm usually welcome. So the deal with Trump's negotiations with Iran has changed. So first of all, of course, Iran said they wouldn't have direct negotiations, but instead we ended up basically with direct negotiations. And I think the urgency of the situation made it necessary. And then also we have, of course, Iran's leaders posturing for their public and being defiant, but then realizing they better come to the table or something bad's going to happen. But the negotiations didn't really have much chance with all the conditions that Trump laid down for Iran, including giving up all of their missiles and then dismantling their entire nuclear program. And so it's interesting, just like everything else that Trump's doing right now, the conditions changed dramatically. And so now the U.S. is offering a little better deal, so Iran could find it more acceptable. And in this case, they're not going to be required to dismantle their nuclear programs, which they legitimately want for their power needs. And so uranium only upgraded to a certain level is now part of the negotiation and not dismantling their nuclear program. So it makes the negotiations success more possible. And considering the dire consequences if some deal isn't made, there's definitely a lot of motivation to make this happen. And I think it's wise of the United States and the Trump administration to make the terms not so draconian so they would be completely unacceptable. So this is a good window, and I'm glad to see it because it didn't look like any agreement was possible with the kind of conditions the Trump administration has asked for. Iran will still have problems, of course, with the idea of having inspections anytime, anywhere. But at least this gives them a window and a gladly welcomed one. So there actually may be a positive outcome to these negotiations with Iran after all. And again, we have to realize that what we see in public in the media is a different game than what's going on behind closed doors. So, for example, the Trump administration will posture to be unrelenting and non-negotiable in public, but behind closed doors, just like with the negotiations with Ukraine and Russia, a lot of other different things are being said. And the same thing with the Iranians. They're going to have to posture in the public in a position of power and defiance, and very dramatically worded defiance in most cases. But when they get behind closed doors, they're going to have to be pragmatic and realistic and accept some terms because they know full well that Trump means business and definitely Israel means business. And that's another part of this story as well. Trump came out and talked about the fact that if there was going to be an attack on Iran, that Israel would be the spearhead, and they would basically be launching the attack with U.S. support, with a huge amount of U.S. support, but still putting Israel in the spearhead. And that makes a lot of sense because Israel wants to attack Iran really badly. They want to destroy Iran's nuclear capacities whatsoever. And so Trump has to navigate his negotiations with Iran and also negotiate with what Israel's expectations are moving forward. And in this case, it could be that Israel gets disappointed. They don't get this opportunity to bomb Iran and something they've wanted to do for decades. So anyway, it's the nature of realpolitik. What is going on in public and what is going on behind closed doors can often be dramatically different from each other. But anyway, what a relief. The initial points that Trump demanded for a settlement with Iran were pretty much unattainable and unacceptable to Iran. And so now they've got a window, and that's a sigh of relief, at least for now. So it seemed to me pretty certain that there was going to be an attack in Iran. At least now it seems like there may be a way out. So I'm very happy about that. But like everything that's going on, and everything that always goes on, and everything that's certainly going on with the unpredictability of the Trump administration, we'll see what happens moving forward. But at least there's a ray of hope. I mean, Lydia, don't you be one too?